All Things Good podcast.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the All Things Good podcast. I'm your coach and your host, Jovanna. Thank you so much for tuning in to the podcast that helps you with mental health, self development, and your overall wellness, helping you become the greatest version of yourself. I hope that my listeners are doing well. I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing? Listen, I know you're watching, I know you're listening, and I know you're downloading because I see the numbers. And I want to say, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you so much for your support, for your streaming, for your downloads, for believing in the vision of All Things Good podcast. But I also want to know, how are you doing? I want to know if this podcast has helped you in any way. Listen, I know that we are in a crazy, crazy world. There's a lot going on. And by the time this episode is released, I'm not sure what condition we will be in. But I do hope that this platform is giving you hope. I do hope that this platform is giving you encouragement, giving you light, and giving you laughter because listen, I like to laugh. And I hope that you're laughing with me during these episodes as I interview our lovely guests. So, today we're going to be talking about building a life and enjoying the journey. Listen, I'm excited to talk to Jahmal Potter because, listen, we can all get caught up in doing the work, being in the motion of everything, and not stopping to smell the roses. When was the last time you stopped to smell the roses? When was the last time you breathed and you laughed and you actually just enjoyed where you were? That's what we're going to talk about today. Today, I am going to be interviewing Jahmal Potter, who is a professional DJ and entrepreneur who has dedicated his life to music and entertainment. After launching his entertainment company in 2016, he built a thriving career, bringing energy and unforgettable experiences to hundreds of events each year. Known for his passion and commitment to excellence, Jahmal and his team now provide entertainment for hundreds of diverse events annually, earning him a reputation as a trusted professional in the industry. Without further ado, help me by welcoming Jahmal Potter. Welcome, Jahmal. How are you today?
Absolutely fantastic. How about yourself?
I am doing well. I'm so pleased to have you on to discuss the topic of building your life and enjoying the journey because I truly believe
Yes.
that sometimes we get caught up in doing the works and we forget to laugh and slow down.
You know, it's that's the interesting part about like when you start making any kind of money is that like you forget that the point to make it is to spend it. Like
Mm,
when you're used to not having it, like when you're used to not having anything, you just kind of want to hoard it. Like I remember for me, saving money was the craziest thing. So I'd want to save for like something, right? Let's say that something is $1,000. I
right.
remember when I first saved for $1,000, and then I saw that $1,000 in my account. It looked so good. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep it in there,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll save another, and I'll spend that. And then I saw 2,000, and I'm like, well, that looks even better, so I don't want to spend. But you you get to a point where you're like, what's the point of doing this if you're not going to spend it? Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Right, exactly. Okay, so you're a DJ, you have an entertainment company.
Yes, ma'am.
What first drew you to music and DJing?
So this is kind of a long story, right? So when I was I'm not deeply religious, right? Like I don't believe in like I don't go to church that often, but what I do believe in, I believe God doesn't speak to you in English. He speaks to you in a way that you can understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's important to note because people speak different languages. So
Mm-hmm.
I have now learned that I am born to be an entertainer. Like that's what I was
Mm,
put on this earth to do. That is why God put me here. And how I learned that is I am 38 years old currently. And then I had a moment of revelation where I realized I have been in entertainment my entire life. So, for example,
mm,
when I was in elementary school, I was playing sports, which is nothing but entertainment. I was in choir and chorus, and that's all entertainment. When I was in middle school, I was doing poetry competitions and then plays,
mm.
all entertainment, right? So, and I was playing sports, all entertainment. High school, I played football and I was in plays, all entertainment. So when I was in college, I majored in music, so I had like piano recitals, and I
Okay.
played football, all entertainment. So, and then throughout this time, I had other jobs. Like I worked at Sonic for a little while. I worked at Taco Bell. I was a cook. I was a whatever this. And it's like the one thing I could never get away from was being an entertainer. It didn't matter what era of my life I was in. I was entertainment somehow. most of my life, I thought maybe I'd be like an NFL football player or whatever, but I wasn't good enough for that. So I thought when I was done with that in college, I think, oh man, I'm gonna miss football, and I didn't. So then I started performing my own music, and then from there, I started DJing because there was a friend of mine who he had a college party, and he's one of those guys that like, everybody else got just a regular Bluetooth speaker. I need a DJ. Like he's just one of those. And I'm like, look, man, I got all the equipment. I'm not a DJ, right? So he's like, man, come on. So then I started doing it, and then I like the power that you have being a DJ. Like, when I want people to calm down, I play slower music. When I want people to move, I play upbeat music. And it's like, so then I fell in love with that. And then it just hit me that like I thought I loved football, but no, I just love making people happy. Like I love entertainment. So that's
Awesome.
how I got into it.
It sounds like you actually like control too. I'm just kidding.
Well, so it's not so much that I like control. I like the so this is what it is, because I know exactly what you're saying, and you kind of have a point. But this is what it is. It's like I like being the guy that people call I like being the guy that people call when they don't know, like when they can't even make themselves happy. I like being the guy that they call to make them happy.
I like that.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I mean, I've DJ'd at celebrations of life. I've DJ'd at funerals, and in the hardest moments of these people's lives, they call me because I am instructed in how to make them feel good in any kind of situation. And so I love that kind of power that they know that they can call me.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for reframing that. Because I know our
Yes.
listener was like, sound like he kind of controlling.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I get
kidding.
it. And
I'm kidding.
no. Some people think that. So
Okay, so when did you realize, I mean, you realized that you were in the entertainment industry for almost all of your life. When did you finally decide that it wasn't just a hobby, that it was actually like your life, like your business, something that you wanted to actually fulfill?
So I can tell you the exact moment, September 2016. That's when I
Mm.
decided it. And the way I learned that is I was working as a warehouse manager for a company. And this was the absolute worst job I have ever had in my entire life. Like terrible. I hated it. It was me and the boss didn't get along. It was a super toxic environment. He wasn't very nice to me. And so at the time I was DJing, every now and again. But when I left this job, so I remember I walked out of the door that day, 2016, September 16th. I walked out of the door after my 2 weeks notice. And I hated me and my boss didn't get along so badly. Like we couldn't stand each other so much. Like he was so bad to me that it was almost like getting out of a relationship. It was like,
Mm.
I can't handle another boss right now. Like I need to
Mm.
just be by myself. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to try to go on my own, this is the time to do it. So then that was September. So then October, I had the best month that I had ever had. And it was like, okay, so we're good. But then November was kind of slow. December was slow. But then January and February was super slow. And I was like, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills after this, right? So then March 2017 comes along, and I'm like, okay, things are all right. And then in April 2017, it exploded. And then ever since then, I've been completely 2000s, April 17th, April 2017 has been the last time I had to worry that my bills weren't going to get paid. And ever
Right.
since then, I've just added to it ever since.
I love that. I love that you were frustrated with work and you're just like, you know what? It's time for me to actually do what I love. So let's take a chance. How did you navigate that time during in 2017 where you felt like, oh my God, is this really going to work? Because as business owners, as new business owners, sometimes I mean, it's an an inevitable area that we can't ignore, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
at one point bound to happen. But
Yeah.
how did you navigate that? How did you, keep yourself encouraged during that time?
Well, that's the thing. You don't. You got to ask yourself. Like, so for me, it was I wasn't encouraged. I went back and forth 100 times. Like it's like I even got to the point where I was thinking maybe I need to start looking for another job. I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't encouraged. But you got to look at yourself. So for example, when you work for a company, you go in, just say 9 o'clock, you leave at 5 o'clock. You do that every 4 days, 5 days a week for them. And then so what it dawned on me, so I was wondering, I'm like, why is it that I can't do that for myself? So then I would wake up at 8:30 and I would start trying to find events. I don't have any formula for this. Nobody's ever taught me how to do it. So let's just try. So in the process, I'm also doing side jobs. Somebody needs their grass cut. I'll cut your grass. You need, I would just go, but then I'm just sitting there just looking for calling restaurants. I don't know, just, hey, y'all need DJs and hey, y'all need this. And then one day somebody answered, was like, yeah, actually we do. Can you do that for us? And I was like, for real? And it was like, yeah. And so it's like, so they were like, well then, yeah, we'll start on Tuesdays. I'm like, oh. So then to me, it's like, if you can take one step, you can take two. But then if you could take 2 steps, you could take 3. But wait a minute, wait. But if you could take 3 steps, you could take 4. So it's like, if one person needs this, then 2 people are going to need it. But then it's like, wait. But if 2 people need this, then 3 people are. And it just kind of like, and then you stumble onto opportunities,
Right. I like that you were honest. You were like, listen, I wasn't encouraged. Let's be real.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? Like people say, like, I just knew. I didn't know anything. Like, there's no way to know. Like, you don't know that somebody's going to answer an email. You don't know somebody's going to answer a phone call. And when you do this, like, there's no formula. Like, nobody tells you, like, if you run more, you will get in better shape. That we know that's what it is. With being an entrepreneur, starting a podcast, it's like, there's no telling, do this, it'll work. You just try. Like, so if it works, it's great. And if it doesn't work, you're like, okay. So forgive. This is my business. This is how I structure my marketing plan.
No, I love it.
You try a bunch of stuff, right? Just try stuff. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. The stuff that does work, you keep doing it. The stuff that doesn't work, you stop. So then you know what you do after that? You try a bunch more stuff, and that's it. Like that's it. And that time frame sucks. Like, it's terrible. It sucks. Like, because you just don't know. So no,
I agree.
It's rough out here.
I agree. And especially, I mean, when it comes to podcasting, I feel like everyone has when you look, there's always some 4-step formula or 5-step formula. Do this, and you get monetizing. And honestly, for me, I'm the type of person that I'm just like, I'm gonna do what I want. I don't feel like I need to post every day. I don't, I'm just gonna do what feels right to me. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then we'll just, go another direction. But I like you said, you just figured it out and you found what worked for you. And I think
I'm sorry, but no, like, you're right. Like, that's, because everybody has, and what's so important about that, and I get passionate about this, right? Because you look at all these stories and you look at all these classes. It's like, if LeBron James wrote a book on motivation, none of us would benefit from that. If LeBron James said, all you got to do is work hard and you'd be just like me, no, we won't. Like, LeBron James is so talented at what he does. It's like, I could practice 1,000 times more than LeBron James. I will never be as good as him. And so it's like, the idea that people tell you, and because when people give you their motivational story, you have to take the parts of it that make sense for what you're doing and apply it to yourself, right? So if somebody says, let's say a bodybuilder says, I worked hard, I got up early every day and I ate nothing but bananas and water, and that's okay. So the theme isn't that you need to only do bananas and water. The thing is, get up early and go to work. Like, that's the theme to take from it. So if you're looking at these, that's what you got to take from these things. Like, it's something about it that you can take from it, but it doesn't have to be exactly that. So what you're talking about with the posting, when they say you got to post, no, what they're saying is be consistent to what you can do. They're not saying do exactly what I do, because I'm not you and it won't work for me like that.
Right. Okay, so our topic today is about building a life that you enjoy while still pursuing growth. Now, I mean, it might sound, because you're in the entertainment business, so it's like, how do you not have fun, right?
Yes.
But what does that phrase mean to you personally?
So to me, it's remembering what it is that you're doing it for. That's the crux of the argument. Because what happens is, especially for us in this motivation, and you want to get people motivated, it's like you live that entrepreneur lifestyle, and let's say you like to collect cars, as an example. So you want to collect cars. So you're like, okay, well, let me work hard so I can collect cars. What happens is, a lot of times you fall in love with the chase. It feels so good to book that event. It feels so good to that first time when somebody across state line says, hey, we want you to DJ for us. And so then you start chasing the feeling of how it feels to get booked, forgetting that you got into this because you like to collect cars. So the main thing is always remember what it is that you got into it for in the first place. So for me, this is really silly, but I love gardening. Like, so I just bought my first property. I got a piece of land and I bought a warehouse for a lot of my equipment because we do like inflatables and DJ and photo booths and all that stuff. And so I just joined a gardening class because I used to growing up, I love gardening and I'm going to be beekeeping. So I bought the land, and when I got the land, I got a warehouse for all my stuff, and then I got an area designated for my garden. So for me to get to what I got to do to go to work, I got to drive past where my garden is going to be. And so to me, that's how I remind myself, this is what you're doing it for. So that's the number one thing when you're talking about enjoying it. It's like, don't forget what made you want to do this in the first place. Because if you're just talking about survival, you can't be an entrepreneur if that's your thing. Like, there's better things to do with survival. Like if you just want to survive, doing a podcast is not the thing to do, right? Like, so being a DJ as a survivalist is a terrible idea. However, we want to do more than just survive. So that's why we're like, you know what? I could go find a job, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to find a way to make this work so I can still love my life in the process of what I'm doing.
I love that. I love that. Now, was there ever a moment where you where you thought to yourself or you asked yourself if you enjoyed what you were doing or enjoyed what you've been building along the lines?
Well, all the time, because, okay, so it's if you're okay, so like the first time you get booked for like a local birthday party, it's the greatest feeling ever. Right. So then you get booked for a bunch of local birthday parties and it's like, okay, but then you get booked for a birthday party 20 minutes away and then it's the greatest thing ever. And then you get booked for a couple of more birthday parties that far. But then you get booked for a birthday party an hour away and then you get booked for a festival. And then when you get booked for that festival and there's thousands of people looking out at you, then you get booked for that birthday party and it's like, it doesn't feel as good as it used to. So then you question yourself, like, do I love doing this or did I love the attention I got for doing this? Right. So, and you kind of got to fight yourself for, is it like, is that what it is? Like you have this like crisis about, do I like the feeling? Do I like the DJ part of it? Do I like the entertainment part of it? Have I gotten vain because, people like me and that kind of thing, and so you fight with that all the time. But what'll happen is there are little moments that remind you that no, you do love what you do, right? It turns into a job, so there's parts of it that you got to do that you may not really want to. But then there's moments that'll hit you, that something will happen, and you'll say, this is why I'm doing it. I remember for me, one of those moments recently, I was DJing a wedding. And there was a lady who was 85 years old. I mean, she was in a wheelchair for the night. And before the end of the night, she hopped up out of her wheelchair, walked up to me and said, I love the music you played. And she made her family getting out of her wheelchair. The one person she took a picture with that day and her grandkids getting married is me. She's wow. I need a picture with you. And I'm like, it's like, you make people walk, you got people walking on walk. It's like, if this is what I do, then this is why I do what I do. Like there's certain moments that'll remind you like that.
I love that. I love that. I mean, you've seen celebrations, you said you've been to festivals, and you also DJ'd funerals.
Yeah.
What along the line has any moment ever like really taught you what joy, love, and happiness looks like going to all these different events?
Yes, absolutely. So, we live in a time where people say you don't know why people get married, right? Like, why do people get married? So I was one of those people before I started DJing weddings. And now I understand. Like now that so far I've done 201 weddings that I've DJed on top of other events. But now I completely understand. There's a moment. So when people with the weddings, for example, the wedding ceremony, the ceremony is a really structured event. When I watch the ceremony, it doesn't feel like love in that moment. It feels like structure. People walking in a straight line, everybody watching. It doesn't feel like love. But when they get to that first dance, the way that the bride and groom, bride, whatever, the way the couple looks at each other, you can look at them and tell they legitimately believe they're going to be together forever. When they're looking at that person, it's like what a wedding is. It is the celebration. If you believe in what a wedding is, it is the celebration that you, out of 8 billion people on the planet, that you found the one person God put on this planet for you. And when you watching that first dance and the way they're looking at each other and softly singing the song, they really believe it. And when you see that, it's hard not to believe in, in a love, because it's all over them.
I
And
love that.
yeah, and in certain weddings, when you do them, this is bad to say, but you can tell if they're going to be together for a while. You can tell the weddings that they're not going to last. Like the weddings that are going to last are the people, and this is universal. Okay, let me give you some universal.
Yeah, give us the breakdown.
Listen,
so we could tell.
Okay, if a couple. Okay, so let me ask you. Let's play a game. What do you think the most important thing in a relationship is? And I know it's going to say something like honesty or trust or loyalty or something like that, but those are all wrong. But I want to know, what do you think it is?
The communication.
You would think it's communication, right? So but let's talk for a second. Have you ever known people to stay when they've been cheated on? We have, right?
Yeah.
Right? You ever known people to stay when their partner wasn't communicating like they should? Yes.
Yeah.
Right? You know what you will never find? You will never find a situation where if two people, so let me just say, the most important thing in a relationship is fun. It is two people who have fun the same way. If they don't have fun the same way, it is not going to work. You will find a person that'll stay for being cheated on and all that stuff. If somebody is bored out of their mind, they are not staying. I don't care how loyal you are. I don't care how faithful you are. I don't care how great you communicate. If your partner is bored out of their mind, they're leaving. That's not working. The way you can tell is two people who genuinely enjoy each other's company, who have fun, who really have fun with each other. When you look on Facebook or social media and you see those couples that are like really, really mushy on social media, we all like, this is not real. Like, we don't believe that they're actually... When you see those couples that are making fun of each other, they're the ones that look like they're in love.
Right.
That is 100% how you can tell is a couple. Because I'll do a wedding and like, for example, there's a wedding. If at any point in time the couple is mad at each other at their wedding, they're not going to last. I don't care what happens, they're not going to last. If they're mad at the DJ, that's fine. But if they're mad at each other, this is supposed to be one of the happiest days of your life, and you can't keep it together now. Well, what's going to happen when bills get a little hard? Or what's going to happen when life gets a little hard? They're not going to make it.
Right.
Then you'll do a wedding, and people, and I tell people, for anybody watching, this is advice for your wedding. If you love each other, nothing else matters. It is just, if you're walking, I've seen a couple, and like at their wedding, the cake fell over, and they just laughed it off. Like it wasn't even a big deal to them. The bride fell down, like on the way to the altar, and people are like, "Well, what happens if I fall?" You know what happens to a bride that falls? She just gets back up. Like, that's it,
right?
And that's it. Like, and that's it, and nothing happens. And so if they like each other's company, they're gonna make it. Period.
I like that because it's friendship. I should have said friendship. See, now I want to change my answer.
But it's I'm telling you, it is two people who have fun the same way. Think about the friends that you have. You have close friends because y'all can find enjoyment in certain things. If somebody likes to go do drugs and drink, and your thing is church, y'all are not going to be friends. Like, you know what I mean? But people who do drugs can be friends, and people who go to church can be friends. Like, and this is not me attacking anybody, right? Like, do what you want to do with your life. I'm just saying that's how you can tell. Like, no question.
So now we have a DJ and a relationship coach.
His DJing, you just learned this stuff on accident.
His DJing has led him to be a relationship expert. Everyone, I'm just kidding. You see the signs. You see the signs.
Yeah, like as a DJ, what you learn to do is you learn to meet people and read them. Like, you just learn to read, because I got to read the crowd, and so you just see things and you can just tell. Like, so, and you just start to learn, like, why is this thing? And then if you do a good job, they'll add you on social media. So then you'll say, Billy and Jane, they weren't very happy at their wedding, and then Billy added me on social media, and then a year later, Billy is announcing his divorce. Right?
And you're like, I knew it.
I knew it. Like, right. So, right. So then, but then this other couple, and add you on Facebook, and they're just like, man, like I saw these. I did a DJ wedding where they had a Pokemon themed wedding because they both love Pokemon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
She walked down the aisle to the Pokemon theme song.
Was
And
she
I'm
a
like,
Pikachu? Was she Pikachu?
the guy had on some Pokemon socks and Pokemon suspenders.
Oh my
And they are
God.
still happily married. Because
I love
it's like,
that.
yeah, I love it. So it's like, I don't mean to become a relationship expert, but when you read people, you're like, yeah, they're gonna make it. And then you that's how you learn. And when you've done it 200 times, it's like, you can tell.
Right.
You can pick up on this type of stuff.
That's good. That's helpful advice. That's helpful advice. Now, I have a question that's not part of the interview, but
Ask me
so
anything.
have you ever like cried when you saw like you were like, oh, that's so good, like a tear shed on the DJ equipment?
So, me personally, I have never shed a tear at an event, but I have felt to the point where I'm like it's like you're in the presence of something great happening. Sometimes when you do weddings, it's just like a job. You just do it, and everybody's just going through the motions. But other times, there's like these people love each other, and it's just so nice. Like it's not. I didn't like cry, but I got this like warm, fuzzy feeling inside, and just being around them, they just radiated. There was a guy I DJ'd his wedding, and he was walking down the aisle, and he like before he got to the aisle, he like stopped and hugged everybody, like in the middle of the ceremony. Like he stopped, he hugged his mom, he hugged his dad, he went up to his friend, he hugged it, and I was like, this is a dude that loves his family. Like, it just, and then his bride came down, and they came dancing down the aisle. And she came, it's a wedding. And she came, and like, this woman was so happy to be walking down the aisle to this guy that she could not contain her excitement. She was so excited that just nice to be nice and demure that she couldn't do it. She's just,
Right.
she was ear to ear the whole time. And it's like, it was just such a nice thing. And here's the crazy part. This same wedding, it was so amazing. So they both had a surprise request for each other, right? And so he was like, look, she loves this song, and I want you to play it, but don't tell her. And he named the song. And then she did the same thing, said the same thing, and then named the exact same song.
Oh, wow.
I'm
That's
like,
good.
these people love each other, right? So it's like not a tear, but I'm just like, this is so amazing to see,
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's so great.
So, I mean, I know that it's exciting and there's so much going on, but have you ever went through a moment where you felt like you needed to take a break or protect your mental health because it was just a lot? I mean, dealing with so many people, their energy, their spirits, all these things. Have you ever felt like, oh my God, my mind is like, I need a break type of thing?
Yeah, yes, all the time. Because like the nature of the world, you don't just keep going up. You have to come down. I don't care.
Right.
For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Like you have to, right? So that my personal life takes a hit because when I DJ, I'm around people all the time. When I do entertainment, we're around people all the time. So in my personal life, I don't want to be around people. Like my closest friends and family, like I want to be around them. But when they want to go do stuff and like stand in line at an amusement park, and I'm just like, I don't have anything else for you. Like, dating has been really hard for me because, she has needs and of course, and so she wants to go do things and I'm like, I don't have the energy to do it. Like I just don't like. And then you have a wedding, and when you book weddings, it's so great. But then you book 6 in one day, and it's like, it's great, and I don't want to come off. But then there was a time where I booked 3 weddings in one day, and each bride had the very same first name. And I got so confused. And and they're like mad at me. So hey, Jahmal, this is Jill. Hey, Jill, what's up? Like, we figured everything out. She's like, no, we've never spoken before. What? Like, and then the next phone call, hey, this is Jill.
Wow.
I'm so confused. I didn't even register that they're calling from different numbers. So a couple of them got upset with me, rightfully so, because they call me and then they have a question, so they call back, and I don't know. Like, and so I'm like, I don't know. Like, well, no, this is on Tuesday. That's on Thursday. And I'm like, I just get really overwhelmed with that kind of thing.
Right.
Or when you're DJing and you DJ for thousands. There's done events where there's 12,000 people, and it's like, that's amazing, right? But then you got to realize how many people are walking up to you requesting songs. So I DJ a festival, I'm playing music, and then I introduce the band, and then I walk to the bathroom, and I got people stopping me to talk to me about requests. And I'm like, I just need to use the bathroom. So by the time they're talking to me, I got to go back on stage to introduce another band or introduce something. And I didn't even get to use the bathroom. So it's like,
wow,
it gets to be a lot. And you got to remind yourself, like, you are where you wanted to be. This is what you wanted. Like, you wanted to, you can't say that you want fire and you don't want smoke. Like, it doesn't work that way. So, and
but at the same time, where do you set boundaries? Because I mean, especially if the work life is coming into like personal life, how do you go about setting boundaries where it's not affecting your mental health, it's not affecting your relationships, it's not affecting your downtime or even your work area? So is there any way that you set boundaries just to protect yourself?
yes. So what I started to do is I had a home office. And so I would go, like, I would just go around the corner of my desk and do whatever work, research venues or talk to emails. And then I stopped doing that. Like, I stopped doing it. When it comes to opportunities for entertainment, you have to take them, because it's like, if you don't, let's say you wanted me to do your wedding, there's other DJs that are just as good or even better than me. So if I don't answer your phone call, you're just going to call another one. So you got to do
Right.
that. But what I did was I took my office out of my house. So when
Mm-hmm.
I get home, no work. Like, I'll answer the phone
Yes.
call. I'm not responding to any emails. I'll answer the phone. I'll respond to a message. But if it's any, I don't do it, because what happens is when you first start, you realize I had to experiment one time. So when I first got into it, you got to take every opportunity you possibly can. Nobody knows who you as a DJ. You're just a DJ that they're hiring, right? So then one day it got to be a little bit much, and I wanted to go visit my family. So I was going home for Christmas for a few days, and I had 6 emails waiting for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to be with my family, and I'm not touching an email. 100% convinced that I'm missing out on these opportunities, right? So I think I got back and I started responding to emails on December 28th or 29th. And none of those events had found the DJ, because they wanted me. I was to the point where they wanted me specifically. So that's when I realized, oh no, now I can actually set boundaries. Like,
Mm-hmm.
now I can no, these people want me. So it's like, okay. And you learn, and you start to learn that people understand. So
Right.
you'll answer the phone like, hey, we want to book you for our wedding. Hey, that sounds good. Can you do me a favor? Can you text me this information, because I'm out at dinner right now? Oh, yeah, 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 no problem. We'll do that. And so you go from being really afraid to, now I have to say these things. I'm going to drive myself crazy. So
Right.
when you learn that the sky isn't falling, because it's what it feels like at first, you're like, okay, and you still like, so, but then you get a little bit more courteous. So then you learn how to work even better within your boundaries. So
Right.
now I don't have to stretch my energy out on a 24-hour span. I can just do energy for 12 hours. So now I'm better in that 12 hours than I was in for 24, so,
Right.
you learn that, but it does take a while to do that.
Okay. That makes sense. But I like the fact that you were able to say, you know what, I need to set this boundary. I've been working hard and it's time for me to put my family first.
Yes.
And with society, I'm finding a lot that people just feel like the grind must never stop. Like it has to go. Like we must, go hard or go home or,
Yes.
all these things.
Yes.
What do you
Indeed.
think about that? How do you
I,
think people can learn to balance that?
so there's a phrase called NDO. I'm sure you've heard it. It's called no days off. You ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
That is the
Mm-hmm.
worst advice I've ever heard in my entire life. Do not
Mm-hmm.
listen to that. Any entrepreneurs out there, no days off is the absolute worst advice you could do. Take your days off. Take your time. I don't like. So here's the issue that I ran into. I love entertainment. It was my hobby. So then I started working. And another thing that you'll hear, there's a lot of bad business advice out there. They'll say, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. That's false. I work harder for myself than I ever would for anybody,
Right.
right? So it's like you take your time. Like, you can get tired of anything. So then what I've recently realized is I've started taking up other things. So I do jigsaw puzzles now. I know I'm such an old man, but I do jigsaw puzzles. So I will set my phone away, I will set my thing down, turn my computer off, and I'll just sit at I bought a table to do jigsaw puzzles. I love gardening. I've always loved gardening. So I got a garden on my property, but I also have one of those. I don't know if you've ever seen those, like it's called a hope garden. It's like one of those home home gardens,
Greenhouse?
hydroponic. Yeah, well, not a green. It's not even a green. It's like a smart garden. It's like a box that's like this. It's a box that's like this big, and it's just a smart garden. It has 12 little slots for different seeds.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And it's a smart garden in your house. It waters your plants for you. You can sometimes you got to add the nutrients, and I have one of those in my house. And like I have I have lemons growing, a lemon plant. I have lettuce. I have carrots, and I have spinach and parsley growing. And it's like that's what I have to do. Like I had to develop new hobbies because the other one turned into a job. So now gardening is my next new hobby, and I started reading. And I started baking my own bread. Like I made some cinnamon raisin bread for myself, and it was great. And so,
Awesome.
find a hobby, do something to take your mind off of work. It's the other piece of advice that's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Sounds good. It'll say it is. Only do only do what you love. That's terrible advice. Don't do that.
Mm.
Do everything. Try everything. Try everything and anything and everything. Just try it. Give it a shot. Because okay, imagine if you like people are married, right? But imagine you as a single person only doing what you love. Well, then you never take the chance to meet somebody else. So you'll never get married. So no, you never know what you're going to fall in love with if you don't give it a shot.
Right.
So when somebody says, let's go ice fishing, let's go. Somebody says, let's go skiing, let's go. Obviously within the bounds of what's healthy in your life, but somebody says, let's go beekeeping. I beekeep now. Like I bought a hive and I'm going to start beekeeping. Do it. Get involved in everything. Your local, like I joined a local gardening class. Your local town has a chess club. Go play chess. Like do everything. Don't overrule anything. Do it all.
I love that concept because we're constantly growing and evolving. And it's awesome to kind of step out of your comfort zone because you might just step onto something that you actually enjoy doing that you never thought you knew. I mean, that you like to do. So I like that concept a lot.
And what's interesting about a comfort zone is the comfort zone. People say, the idea of stepping out of your comfort zone, you have unexplored parts of your comfort zone. You just never been there. Like, so you think you're stepping out of your comfort zone. No, you're still in it. You're just at a part that you didn't realize. You just went around the corner of your comfort zone. Like, oh, this is in here too. Like, and that's the thing. Like, there are things that I'm just not comfortable with that I am not going to do. But there are things that I'm not sure about. Okay, I'll give it a shot. And I realize how much comfort it actually brings me. Like, and do what makes you feel comfortable. I read. I like to garden. I will play video games a little bit. I exercise. I started running. I'm gonna run a 5K. If somebody told me right now, hey, you want to learn how to sword fight? Absolutely, I want to learn how to sword fight. Your comfort zone is such a big place and has so many unexplored parts that you just don't know until you start exploring it.
Right. And I think that's a big part of enjoying the moment. Like you don't know what you don't know, right? And
You
so
don't know.
taking that opportunity to enjoy the moment, if it seems a little like, maybe not, but you know what? Let's just try it and see what happens, right? And just taking that chance to take an adventure in life and do something different.
I mean, because it's so I did an event yesterday. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina. I DJed for a business conference, and there's just there's so many different amazing things. So when you are a vendor in entertainment, because there's not many of us, when you go to other events and there's vendors, you already have an unspoken relationship with these people. Like you're nice to them, they're nice to you. So I got to the guy. It was a conference center in Wilmington, North Carolina, and the AV guy just immediately, he does the sound, I do the DJ. We just started chatting. I mean, and he just in talking to him, he taught me, he showed me some of his music, and he is in a pirate band, right? When he told me that, I thought he said pilot, like flying a plane. No, he's in a pirate band, and he let me listen to some of his pirate music. And so you heard the song Prince, 1999. Was 2000 parties over. Well, he let me listen to a recorded song. The lyrics of their song was 1700 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna pirate like it's 1699.
Oh, wow.
This man and his friends formed a band where they dress up like pirates and they parody songs about being pirates. And I'm like, this is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Because just imagine what that would sound like to somebody. Like if they're like, hey, you want to make a pirate band? That sounds crazy to somebody. But they love it and listen to it. I'm like, this is great.
That's interesting.
Right. So and so what you're told, what you said, just do it. Like you just don't know. Like it's a pirate band. And he was like, look at my pirate band. And it's like we all turn into children when we talk about the stuff that we love to do. And I love it. So, do it. I mean, who cares? There's a being on if there is a crowd out there somewhere for you. Somebody else feels that you are not special enough to be the only person that feels a certain way.
Right.
Somebody out there likes what you're talking about.
Exactly. Well, Jahmal, it seems like you've had a lot of success in your DJing and entertaining industry. What would you say? Tell me something about success that people don't often really talk about.
So the hard part about any kind of being successful. So I'm not successful to where I want to be. My goal of success would be that I could take 2 months off and nothing changes. Like the business keeps going. That would be my definition. But for the successes I've had, the people don't understand that it comes with sacrifice. You don't just get to keep going up. Like you have to sacrifice. My mom didn't graduate college. Recently, within the last 8 years, she got she's 50, she was 60 years old or 58 years old when she got her very first degree. She went back to college,
Awesome.
got her very first degree, and she was graduate, and I couldn't be there. I had to work. I had to run my, I had to run my company, and I couldn't be there. And it sucked for me because I really would like to be there for my mom. One of the hardest things was my stepdad. My stepdad was diagnosed with lung cancer in 2008, and he passed in 2018. So
Sorry about that.
yeah, it's okay. But so I went to his funeral, and I'm from Virginia Beach, so the funeral was going to be in Virginia Beach, and there was a hurricane, and my company is growing like crazy, so I got events all the time, and so there was a hurricane, so his or hurricane coming, so his funeral got postponed. So let's say his funeral was on a Thursday, I was going to be back by the weekend to do the events. So my mom, because of there was a delay, my mom sat me down and taught me. She was like, Jahmal, I know this is going to be hard for you. I know, but I want you to leave, and I don't want you to go to his funeral. And I was like, why not? She was like, because if you stay here, you're gonna get stuck here for who knows, the hurricane for who knows how long, and you have a company to run, and I don't want this to hurt you. Like we already lost him. He loved you, you loved him, he knows that. So, but she was like, for me, I want you to leave. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not leaving. She's like, she had to reason with me. She's like, look, I'm asking you to leave. Like he would have wanted you to leave. I don't want you to get stuck here. You've done well for yourself. Life is great. I need you to leave. And so when you asked me about crime, so that night, middle of the night, the hurricane's supposed to hit us in the morning. So about 11 p.m. I hit the road, and I had to pull over because it was hard for me.
I
But
bet.
it was really, really hard for me to not be there for my family. But if you want to be successful, sometimes you get to a point where you can do the things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But in the start of it doesn't, you can't. Like, so for example, football, I don't know if people play sports, and in the beginning of sport, you have camp, right? Like you got football camp, you got camp. The camp is the hardest part of the year because like football camp it's so hard, it's grueling, but it's so hard because you are training your body to endure what you're about to put it through for the next 3 months. If you do not go through camp like you're supposed to do it, you will not be prepared for the season. You just won't, right? So being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, it's the same way. So you have those growing pains because it's preparing you for what you're going to have to deal with in the future. In the future, you're going to be able to prepare, and you're going to be able to do that. Like now I have employees and people who work for my company. So if something like that happened, hey, can you take care of this for me? Yeah, we got it. Go ahead. However, then I didn't. And
Right.
so you're gonna have to sacrifice, and it's gonna be heartbreaking. Like if that's what you want to do, you're gonna have some heartbreaking sacrifices. But it's that's just what it's gonna have to be.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. So good, so good. Okay, so we're gonna transition a bit. We're gonna go into what I call the piece of the puzzle segment and the soul snacks segment. Okay.
Okay.
So the first part is I believe that everyone plays an important role of our lives. I believe that everyone that comes on to the podcast has a piece of the puzzle to this grand scheme of life, right? Who do you
Mhm.
believe was your piece of the puzzle for your life?
My I have three brothers and one sister. And I'll tell you, anybody who knows me could tell you the answer to this question. It's my sister, it's my brother, it's my sister Shantae, my brother Blake, my brother Tony, me, and my little brother Jovanna. Anybody who tells you, no, my brother Tony is my very best friend in the entire world. Like, if you talk, well, you want to talk about a soulmate, that is the one person on this planet I don't know how I would do if something happened to him. Like,
Oh,
he
wow.
is the when I was in high school and he was in college, he 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 he's exactly 13 months older than me. His birthday is October 25th. My birthday is November 25th. But he was in grades. He went to school early, so he was 2 grades above me. So because he was so close and to me, that there was
Mhm.
regrets that he would have, and he would immediately tell me about them because I was gonna be going through that. And one of his high school regrets, he said to me, and I'll never forget this lesson because I take it with anything, is he was like, Jahmal, be involved. He was like, because to him, there were certain things he was like too cool for, and he
Mhm.
told me he was, and he said he's always liked the fact that he was like that I wasn't like that. So he told me, he was like, don't be too cool for anything. He's like, do everything. He's like, get yourself, meet as many people as you can. Don't be too cool for anything. He's like, don't be like how I was. It was too cool. He's like, do it all. Do anything if you're feeling. So when I told him that, when I would tell him, hey, I want to, as an example, I want to, I was a weird guy. Like I was a captain of the football team, but I also was in plays. Like that's weird. But he's like, do it. Be in a play. Like somebody got something bad to say about it, they'll be okay. Be in a play.
Right.
I was in my school had a pageant. I went to Salem High School in Virginia Beach. My school had a Mr. Salem pageant. I did the pageant and I was Mr. Salem. Like
Oh, wow.
I won the pageant, right? So if you can imagine, captain of the football team, captain of the track team, but also I won the pageant and on the homecoming court. He's like, do everything. And that, I mean, me and him, like that's my best friend in the entire world, right? But that's the one lesson he told me. The other thing is my mom, and this is kind of a sad story, but my mom said something to me years ago. It was crazy. She don't even remember telling me this, but she gave me one of the most profound lessons on accident. So I'm gonna be honest. This is a sad story. So my mom raised 5 kids on her own. Like my dad was around, just not very much. And
Okay.
growing up, we didn't have much money, right? We just didn't. And I remember the time there was an age where I believed in Santa Claus, and I'll never forget this. But I was young, and it was Christmas Eve, and we didn't have much money. And as a kid, I don't understand this, right? So under the so it's Christmas Eve. There's not many gifts under the tree, and I'm thinking, you know, Santa Claus is going to bring some tonight. So I remember it was like 9 p.m. and it was like 9 p.m. and I just couldn't sleep, right? Like I just kept checking. So 10 p.m. I went to check. 11 p.m. I went to check. Still no gifts. 11:50 I went to check. No gifts. So then at midnight I'm like, oh, Santa Claus is going to be down there. And I couldn't sleep, right? So then I went and checked 12:30. There's still no gifts. 1 o'clock, still no gifts. 2 a.m. still, and I'm so frustrated I can't sleep. Right. So then because I can't sleep, I turned on the TV, and this is before streaming services, right? So it just went to the news. And as I'm listening to the news, it's kids calling in, telling the news what Santa Claus bought them for Christmas. So Santa Claus bought me a bike and all these things that I want. So my mom wakes up, and this is so heartbreaking, right? But I didn't know. But so my mom wakes up, and so I'm talking to my mom, and I was like, Mom, how come Santa Claus ain't bring me nothing? I was like, I do what you say, right? Like I'm a good kid. Like I got good grades. Like, and so my mom loses it. Like she just starts bawling, crying, right? She just
Oh.
loses it, right? So, and I'm a kid. I don't know what I just did. Like as an adult, I know now, but I don't know.
Hmm.
So then my mom set me down. She was like, Jahmal, I don't want to be the one to do this to you. But there is no Santa Claus. She was like, nobody brings you things just because you're nice, just because you're good. She was like, if you want things, you got to go and work for them. my brain said, okay. Like, and that's what it's been ever since. Just dive in. If I want something, I go get it. If there's a pretty woman I want to talk to, I go talk to her. She don't like me, no problem, but I gave it a shot. Right? Like if there's an opportunity I want, DJ at the Super Bowl, and I will go in front of 1 million people. I don't care. So
I love that. So ultimately your brother was the one that inspired you to do things that you don't usually, or just do everything. And that's kind of what you've been speaking about throughout the podcast. It's just to try everything out.
Try everything. He was the first person that instilled that in me, because in the Black community, you hear a lot, man, I don't do that. I don't ski. I'm Black.
We don't hike.
We don't hike. Go camping. Go hiking. Go skiing. I went skiing. It was one of the most fun things I've ever done.
Oh my God. Like, let's not talk about that experience. Because I went skiing and snowboarding with my daughter for the first time, and I was like, I fell. As soon as I put the snowboard boot on, I was gone.
See, snowboarding, I don't know about that, right? Snowboard is hard.
I jumped the gun. I should have tried skiing.
Yeah, skis is where snowboard. That's for pros. But for skiing, I definitely jumped into skiing. I love skiing.
It is definitely it's a good experience. My daughter did a great job.
I love it. It's great.
Okay, so now we're gonna go into soul snacks. So you have to answer it with the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
All right.
All right. So as a DJ, what is your go-to favorite song that you try to sneak in every event that you have?
Okay, so I love R&B music, like that 90s, 2000. I love R&B music. I have a warm-up song for any type of event that I'm doing. If I'm doing a wedding, my current warm-up song is I Choose You by Mario. Whenever you feel like dancing, you don't have to dance alone. See, I thought it's Marla just singing it, right? That is my song. Okay. So, but if I'm doing the club, I don't know what it is about Future in the club, but one of my go-to songs is March Madness. I don't know what it is. I don't like ratchet music, but Future does something to me, right?
Okay, I never heard that song, but okay.
Yeah, 40,000, 200,000, 200,000. Oh man, I love Future. Anyway, that's love it, right? So if I'm doing karaoke, my favorite song to do karaoke is oh my gosh, I'm blanking. It's my own words. It's pop punk. I love pop punk. It's no surprise to me. I am my own person. Please tell me why. I love karaoke. I love pop punk music. So I have a couple of go-tos depending on the type of event that I'm doing.
Awesome. Okay, what is your comfort food? Like, let's say you're coming home from late night from the club, from DJing at the club, and you're like, man, I just need to get some of this type of food. What food would it be?
Seafood.
Seafood? Okay.
Seafood. Listen. Once a week I have me a seafood night where I make myself a crab boil with shrimp, lobster tail, crab legs, corn, boiled eggs. When I don't know what it does. I love seafood. It's something about a seafood boil in my house. Turn on a movie with a Sprite. Oh my God. Oh, it's one of my favorite things.
Seafood is good. I like seafood.
Oh, I love seafood.
Okay, what is one movie that you can watch over and over again?
Okay, this is really crazy, but I love my favorite genres of music movies are. I love like gory war movies, like crazy war movies, and I love Disney movies. I love Disney movies. So the two movies that I can watch over and over again are Hercules and Mulan.
Okay. Did you cry for any of them?
So look, I didn't cry, but I'm a chump. Okay, so I'm a big tough guy, right? But there's certain parts of movies that I can't watch. Like, you ever seen Finding Nemo?
Yes.
You remember the part where Marlin, his wife, gets eaten by the barracuda, and then the barracuda eats the eggs?
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch it.
Wow.
I fast forward. I won't. I will not watch it. Like if I'm watching a movie, I can't watch a woman get hurt in a movie. Like some movies they have a woman getting abused. I can't watch it. Like I cover my eyes and my ears or I fast forward. I can't watch it. So while I don't cry, I can't do it. Like I can't.
Okay. Well, Jahmal, this has been very entertaining.
Go figure, right? The entertainment.
Tell our listeners, how can they find you? How can they connect with you? Where you're located? What your services are? Talk about it.
Okay, so I was born and raised in Virginia Beach. I'm currently located in Norton, Virginia. If you want to find me on social media. So the name of my company is called J Great Entertainment. As you can see, I got the J Great. I'm going to start selling some clothes, but we ain't there yet. But it's called J Great Entertainment. And my social media handles are all J Great ENT. So Facebook.com/J Great ENT. At J Great ENT for Instagram. TikTok is at J Great ENT. Everything with me at J Great. And my website, surprise, surprise, www.jgreatent.com. And so that's where you can find me. As far as services, so my goal as far as entertainment is I want to be an all-in-one, right? Like, so I DJ. I have DJs that work for the company. We do karaoke, trivia. We do a game that's called DJ Bingo, where it's like bingo, but instead of letters and numbers on the cars have songs on them, and I like DJ it like it's a party. And if you have that song in your card, you cover it. We rent out inflatables. Currently, we got 24 inflatables. I rent out photo booths. Currently, we have 5 photo booths. I rent out like popcorn machine, a giant outdoor movie screen, cotton candy, snow cones. We got like a mechanical bull. I got inflatable laser tag. I rent out tables and chairs. Eventually, I want to get to I'm renting out tents and all that. For my company, I don't currently have a photographer, videographer, but I want you book with my company and you're done with your event. Like that's eventually the goal.
Right.
But that's where I'm headed. But that's pretty much the services, and we travel everywhere. So far, I've DJ'd in 22 different states.
Oh wow!
The goal is to make it to as many states. I don't have a goal to make it to all 50. But my bucket list is I want to DJ on a cruise ship. That's my bucket list.
Oh, that would be nice.
Oh, yeah. But just one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to go on one cruise. Let me DJ this one and that'd be it. But,
awesome.
Yeah. And then DJ overseas. Like, my goal is to entertain as many people as I possibly can. That's really what it is.
I love it. This has been so entertaining. Thank you so much, Jahmal.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Plug in your information into the podcast. And until next time, guys, you heard it. Try everything, do it all, and you know what? Enjoy life. Stop and enjoy the moment, and just do something crazy. Just make sure you stay safe. Right. Stay safe. Until next time, I'm your coach, Jovanna Cirillo.